Hello, my name is Maclu. My name is Max Liu and I'm Asian.
Hi, my name is Benji Liu and I'm Asian.
I'm Brianna Wynn and I'm Vietnamese.
Hi, I'm Ryan Hund and I'm white. Most people consider me to be white.
My name is Rakeen Nassar and I am South Asian.
Hi, I'm Sarah and I'm Korean.
My name is Harrison Miller and I am a half Asian.
Hi, I'm Jake Jung and I'm a Korean American.
My name is Roshan Hong and I am Chinese.
What does it mean to me?
Yeah.
Racism to me is mostly a joke, you know, because it's like, oh, you're Asian and like blah blah blah, so you must get good grades and your parents must be like this, and it's all like a joke. It's not really anything serious. I've never really encountered actual racism.
Well, racism means a lot to me. It means that black people eat fried chicken and drink grape soda.
Whereas discrimination is actively using power that you might have over another race to treat them differently in law or in a social setting.
It's the mindset behind racism.
I don't think any particular race is better than another.
Because race just isn't something that can define who you are. It doesn't define your personality. It only defines the color of your skin and your genetic makeup.
Whenever we make stereotypical jokes, we know that we're racist, but we just like kind of laugh off, be like, I'm Asian, I can make fun of my own race or whatever.
Okay, things like racist jokes and like labeling places or people based on race, those are types of racism that are common at school. They might possibly be accepted by some of the students. That doesn't mean they're okay, but they're common.
There is a certain boundary, like kind of how there's a certain boundary between like everything.
Sometimes I see jokes about Mexican people or black people about how they do bad things, and
I would say, here's the thing, I'm not from TP, I'm from Arizona, and we had a pretty racially diverse group there, and it was pretty nice, no one was too bad. But then here I noticed that there's like the Asian quad, and then the white field, or something like that. And then there's like the Mexican corner, and then the Asian library takeover.
I've never been discriminated against, quite possibly because I'm a white man living in America, where Caucasians are the majority.
There was a time in middle school where some guy was just like, ching, ting, ling, long, whatever. Like, it meant gibberish to me.
Whenever I go to KFC, apparently everyone thinks I'm black now. And whenever I get a B, I am white.
Like, I don't know, some people say racism is a bad thing, or like stereotypes, but again, it's kind of like a culture thing, because we kind of bond over like our Asian similarities, I guess. And for like small doses, it's not too bad.
Yeah, racism has been is inevitable and has been prevalent throughout history. For example,
Ever since the beginning, it's been white landowning males that have been in charge of the government.
After World War I, there was a lot of xenophobia. A lot of times they passed immigration quotas that basically restricted immigration to the United States from Eastern European countries.
And in a small part, that's what contributed to the Great Depression, was that huge racial prosperity and income gap.
There was the civil rights movement in the 1960s to grant African Americans more rights.
And even like throughout the whole like American history, like when the Chinese came over, there's tons of racism during the building of the railroads. And even before that, for the Germans and the Irish. I mean, it's been an integral part of our history for since whatever.
After the Cold War, it's pretty much been a global society.
People that are thought into believing that racism is gone, but it's still a major factor in the way we conduct our politics and whatnot.
Okay, so Asian Americans have been targeted back in the 1940s when the Sedition Act that was created almost 200 years before then was put into place by the president at the time. I think it was Truman.
That one time with the Japanese thing, when they put all the Japanese in that one camp because of the bombings of Pearl Harbor, that was pretty bad.
It's also been seen not just in America, but like globally, the global attitude toward Asians in terms of maintaining this sort of like open trade policy, enforcing certain nations to trade, and trying to colonize other nations like the French
Okay, so now I have to talk about Jeremy Lin.
Affirmative action is highly discriminatory because it basically privileges certain races over others.
Well, a lot of people have been referencing Jeremy Lin because he's a Harvard person. He's so smart, but he plays basketball. He's an athlete, and people are like, there's no Asians in the athletic games, whatever.
In terms of scores and the requirements or the qualifications that applicants had, and whether or not they were admitted, statistically, qualified Asians are admitted less often than Black, Native American, or Hispanic applicants.
Well, now people just say ching chong ling long ting tong because of that UCLA girl. And I mean, that was a kind of like a racism kind of thing.
Stereotype is when someone makes a broad generalization about a race. For example, that black people can't fly airplanes.
A stereotype is classifying myself as something that I may not be.
I think that just the need to attribute some sort of characteristic to people. When you first meet people, you obviously want to have some basis of judging them, and race is an easy way of doing that.
For example, Asians are smart, which is a proven fact.
First chapter of Black Boy, fried chicken dip.
Asian stereotypes.
Oh, I got this.
First of all, they're smart. They all play piano and violin.
We only eat noodles, rice, I don't know, something like that.
They don't play any sports.
They play ping pong, swim, and play tennis.
We can fight, like taekwondo, karate.
Medical school.
And all Asians are smart, which is true.
Oh, another good stereotype, angry parents.
Oh, like the Bobby thing? You Bob!
They're bad drivers.
Oh, and they're extremely good at math.
I think that the culture that we're in is pretty rigid.
In terms of pop culture, we often see Asians playing instruments, being in orchestra, and playing the piano.
In popular culture, such as K-pop, I think they're portrayed as being really gay because they put on makeup.
Asians being portrayed in pop culture is very isolationist because they aren't portrayed in American or Western pop culture, but they are portrayed in their own Eastern pop culture.
I think when you see an Asian person in a movie, they're either a ninja or they are like some kind of teacher, like, I don't know, in the Karate Kid.
Oh, and there's the Asian guy in American Idol. I think as more Asians get into reality shows and people are like, hey, he's not nerdy. Hey, he's pretty cool. Hey, he's funny. Or she, sorry, I'm sexist now. But I feel like the presence of them on TV and in the American culture definitely changes those innate stereotypes, because we all have stereotypes. It's like basic. You do too.
Yeah, yes. I used to watch a lot of news.
YouTube? Kamachamba! Okay, sorry. There's Kamachamba, Nika Higa, people love them.
Yeah, I think the Asians on YouTube are really, really funny, and I think that it's cool that they can sort of make fun of their own race. Kev Jumba did a stereotypes video a while ago.
Stereotypes probably exist just because they're a convenient way of attributing certain characteristics to certain types of people so that you can group them and judge them more conveniently and more easily.
So by creating a stereotype, it makes it easier for people to digest and create an image of another person even if they don't know anyone.
I would classify them. I think that if somebody just took a look at me and just really quickly looked at how I behave and things like that, they would be able to recognize me as Asian, but I think that it would be kind of difficult for them because there are some sort of quirks about me that don't exactly fit the stereotypes.
Either way, people usually see me as Asian, but they know I'm not completely Asian from just the way I look, so.
Also, I play tennis, so I think that's maybe pretty Asian.
Yes, I am stereotyped at school because I am taking AP classes, so people think I'm naturally smart.
I think that if they want to get rid of a certain stereotype, then they should stop using it amongst themselves, because that's kind of hypocritical. But if they're fine with it, I'm fine with certain types of stereotypes, then, I mean, by all means, go ahead and use it, you know.
They are actually not changing, because I'm pretty sure 100 years ago Asians were still pretty smart.
I feel that the stereotypes for Asian Americans are changing as society becomes more accepting of them.
A long time ago when the Chinese immigrants came, people wouldn't say that they're smart, they're just weird.
Well, I think that some of the stereotypes are being broken because of recent advances in our culture, like Jeremy Lin, who went to Harvard but became a professional basketball player. He's just totally breaking a stereotype right there.
Well, I would say that I genuinely do have an interest in politics and stuff like that. I would say that I first became interested in it because I didn't want to be grouped into that same stereotype as like growing up to be a doctor or something.
I joined the wrestling team at this school, and maybe that's some kind of stereotype break because I was the only Asian there.
I mean, I've broken the stereotype. I'm not a malnourished, skinny Indian brown boy.
I had played sports before. I was pretty good at them. But then again, tennis is kind of stereotyped as an Asian sport now, so I don't know. And golf is like for Korean people, apparently, or Korean men. I don't know.
Well, first of all, I'm not really that good at math, and I'm not really that good at violin.
Other things, I don't get good grades. Like, people think like all Asians get 100%, and then if they get 1B, they like get killed or kicked out of their family. You dishonor our family, kind of thing. Which we joke about all the time in like my friends.
Being Asian American to me means that I'm discriminated against in terms of college admissions.
I get to experience both cultures, having my white side of the family and my Asian side of the family. It's pretty good.
I think I keep in touch pretty well because I eat rice every night, and that's pretty Asian.
I believe that my Asian roots and my American roots should be syncretically blended.
I would say that I don't understand much of the Chinese culture. I mean, I don't really